Hi guys! Exactly 1 year ago, I posted a video saying that if you follow my 12-month plan step by step, you could become fluent in Korean within 1 year. Over 300,000 of you watched it, and I remember reading thousands of comments saying, I'm starting today, I'm joining the challenge, I'm gonna be fluent in a year. And I've been thinking about that recently, because it's been a year now. So, did you? If you're fluent or conversational now, I'm really proud of you. But if you started strong and then somewhere around month 3 or 4, life happened and you kind of stopped studying Korean, this video is for you. I don't think most people quit because they're lazy. I think the biggest problem is losing motivation. You hit that intermediate plateau where you kind of understand things, but you can't really speak. Or you miss a week for a valid reason and then you stop completely. I do think though that one of the biggest reasons is that in the beginning, your progress is really obvious. First, you learn the alphabet, then you learn greetings, you learn basic grammar, and every week feels like you're really leveling up, which is incredibly motivating. Let's say you know 5 Korean words today and tomorrow you learn 5 new words. You'd be at a total of 10, which would be double the amount of words compared to yesterday. But around intermediate, progress becomes really microscopic because if you already know 10,000 words and you learn 5 new words today, it feels like not improving at all, even though you learned 5 new words just like you did in the beginning, but this time it's like 0.001% of leveling up. And when you're around intermediate level, you also improve in speed, like reading faster or speaking faster, in naturalness or grammar details. And this type of progress just feels kind of invisible to us. And when progress feels invisible, you stop feeling rewarded for your efforts. And that's usually when motivation fades. All of this is very human, by the way. I just kind of wanted to give some context on what the reason is that people drop out after 3 or 4 months. Because the plan I gave you was really good. It's very structured, very detailed, and you didn't really have to think, you just had to follow it. So this time I'm gonna take a different approach. If you want to try the 12-month plan again, go ahead, but this one is gonna be a different approach. Today I'm giving you one rule to get back into studying Korean. Every single day, speak Korean out loud for 5 minutes and record yourself while doing so. If you don't know what to talk about for 5 minutes, I can give you some ideas. You could either describe your day, talk about your favorite animal, you could retell a YouTube video you just watched, explain your opinion on something, or pretend you're talking to a friend about something that you really like. You can switch it up a little bit. I think it's always good to choose daily topics. You don't need to talk about super difficult topics because those have really difficult vocabulary, but feel free to if that's your interest. Okay, speaking for 5 minutes a day, recording it, it sounds very simple. It also is, but I am gonna give you some rules. When you do your 5 minutes of speaking, you're not allowed to switch to English mid-sentence. If you don't know a word, just try to explain your way around it with words you know. That's what fluent speakers always do, and you don't have to feel embarrassed for not knowing the exact word or for thinking that your explanation sounds weird. I wrote down some examples. So, for example, if you can't remember the word for school, 학교, you can just say 학생들이 수업을 듣고 공부하는 곳, or you can say 선생님들이 일하는 곳. You might feel silly, but when you talk your way around it, you actually practice using the words that you already know, which is really important for fluency. Or let's say you can't remember the word for 운전하다, then you can just say 차를 움직이게 하다. It is understandable. If you're at a level where you can't explain around it, you can just look up the word and then continue speaking. Or if you can't think of the grammar that you need, you can look up the grammar structure that you need and then continue speaking. Looking things up proactively always helps you make an exercise even more efficient, just so you know. And also the last rule, you're allowed to miss 1 day of speaking for 5 minutes a day, but never 2 days in a row. If you are questioning why this exercise is even considered helpful, you're just speaking for 5 minutes a week, not even studying, how can that be useful? Let me explain to you. Most people who are studying a language wait until they feel ready to speak, until they know enough vocabulary, until they know enough grammar. What is enough vocabulary and enough grammar to speak? You're never gonna feel ready. It's like becoming a mother. You never actually feel ready to be a mother. You just become. Fluency or being conversational doesn't come from being ready. It comes from being willing to speak before you feel comfortable. What I mean by that is I've met so many Korean learners who know so much vocabulary and can explain Korean grammar perfectly. and have been studying Korean for 15 years, but they completely freeze in real-life conversation. Two people can have the exact same vocabulary and grammar knowledge, and one will speak fluently while the other stays silent. The difference is which one of them practiced speaking while feeling uncomfortable or while still being imperfect. What I'm trying to say is that if you want to speak fluently, you need to speak. With this daily speaking exercise, I just want to remove the biggest bottleneck most Korean learners have, or any language learners have. At least try this for 1 month. You don't need to commit to a full year yet if that's too big of a commitment. I know we got commitment issues, but try for 1 month, and if you enjoy it and if you feel like it helps you, continue. And don't forget recording it, because at the end of the month or the year, if you compare your first recording to your last recording, you're gonna be surprised at how much better you speak. Just do your 5 minutes every day. I know you can do it, and I believe in you, and you're not a failure or lazy for giving up on Korean, almost. If I sounded harsh in this video, I hope I didn't. Life happens, motivation fades, but I do think that you can do it. Start again today, and don't overthink it. Do your 5 minutes now or anytime today, and comment if you are starting. And come back in a month or a year and tell me how it went. Okay, that's already it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!